The first thing in the story, this is a story by Corban and Grandma and Gweekwa. Okay? All right.
And then...
What's the story about?
There was a family who went to Macy's.
And then there was... And there was a monster. And then there was a monster. There was a monster. Oh, it's blinking!
It's almost done. Well, Grandpa's is still going.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. There was a monster at the store. And there was a monster at the store, and he was very tall, and everyone was really afraid until he took off. He had a stocking cap mask on, and he took it off, and you know what it was?
What?
A giant elf. And everybody relaxed because they were happy about the giant elf. And he came into the store just as they were decorating for Christmas. And they were trying really hard to find a ladder that was tall enough to go to the top so they could hang some giant balls by the escalators. And the elf said, well, here, I can do that. And he just picked it up and reached up to the ceiling and hooked it on. And everyone went, oh, thank you. And then he walked to the back of the store, and they were putting up a giant Christmas tree, and they had a whole bunch of men trying to push it up. And he said, here, let me help you. And he reached out and set it up and held it up, and they quickly dropped it right into the holder, and it stayed there. And they had decorated the tree laying down because they thought they couldn't reach the top. But when they stood it up, the ornaments got all crooked and it didn't look pretty anymore. You know what the giant elf did? He said, here, I can help you. And he took his fingers and went like this. And made little all around the tree. The garland was. And he straightened out the star at the top. And he moved the balls around so they looked just right. And then they plugged in the tree. And guess what?
What?
Wait. And guess what? Chapter 2.
Okay.
As the elf sits among the children in the mall, he tells them that his name is magical. And if they guess his name, that something wonderful is going to happen. What do you think his name is?
What would the children guess his name to be?
Max.
Max?
Max the elf?
Was his name Max the elf?
How about Maximus? You think that might be what it was?
Yeah.
Maximus? I don't think so. So somebody else said, I know, I read a story once where the magic person's name was Rumpelstiltskin. Is your name Rumpelstiltskin? What do you think the elf said? He laughed and went, no, I'm not Rumpelstiltskin. And someone said, I heard there was a magical elf once, a magical person. And what would be a magical name? Oh, let me see. It was Aladdin, and he had a magic carpet. Is your name Aladdin? What did the elf say?
No.
No, I don't have a magic lantern. I'm just big. And so they said, what's his name? Should we ask Grandpa?
Yeah.
What was his name, Grandpa?
It has something to do with what magical thing happened when you guessed his name.
What happens when you guess his name?
Have any idea?
Mm,
What if his name was North Pole?
North Pole.
What would happen?
He would turn into...
He would go home to the North Pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he disappeared. But as he left, he said, "Ho, ho, ho, Merry Christmas!" And went, "Oh, was that really Santa Claus? Dressed up like a giant elf? Was it?" Maybe it was. We'll have to ask him if we're awake when he brings the presents, okay? Okay.